Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Dear students, in this video we will learn about thyroid gland. The components of the video are introduction of thyroid gland, history of thyroid gland, hormones of thyroid gland, rate of secretion of thyroid gland, and thyroid disorders. Introduction. Thyroid gland is an endocrine gland situated at the root of the neck on either side of the trachea. This gland has two lobes, and these two lobes are connected in the middle by the special type of tissue known as isthmus. Each gland weighs about 20 to 40 grams in adults, and if we look at the size, thyroid gland is larger in females in compared to the males. The structure and function of thyroid gland changes in different stages of the sexual cycle in females. Means different stages of sexual cycle, the rate of secretion is different. Its function increases lightly during pregnancy and lactation and decreases during menopause. So, during the pregnancy and during the lactation, means during the feeding of the baby, and during the menopause, in different conditions, the secretion of level of secretion of thyroid hormones is changed. It is not same in all the conditions. Here is the structure. Here this photo is showing the structure of the thyroid gland. The thyroid gland is located in front of the neck. So here you can see the butterfly shaped thyroid gland, and it is located above the trachea, a windpipe, and in right side you see this butterfly shaped gland has four small parathyroid glands behind this, and this gland is located in the neck in front of trachea. Anatomy of thyroid gland. If we look at the internal structure of the thyroid gland, so the gland is composed of many circular or round structures. These structures are called as follicles or thyroid follicles. Each follicle is surrounded by cells, cuboidal structured cells, and these cells are called as follicular cells. And each round structure, each follicle has a special type of substance inside of these follicular cells. This is known as colloid. Means colloid is a special type of matrix, special type of substance present inside of the follicles, and the main component, main protein of the colloid is known as thyroglobulin. So thyroglobulin is a very special type of protein, and this protein is present in the colloid. This protein is synthesized by the follicular cells and secreted inside of the follicle. So these follicular cells that surround each follicle, they are actually responsible for synthesis of thyroglobulin molecule and also for synthesis of T3 and T4, the thyroid hormones. On the other hand, here we see there are some other types of cells present in this structure. For suppose C cells, so these are called parafollicular cells or C cells, and these cells secrete third type of hormone which is known as calcitonin. So the first two were T3 and T4 hormones, and third one is calcitonin. T3, T4 have similar type of functions, while calcitonin has functions different from the T3 and T4. Histology of thyroid gland. Thyroid gland is composed large number of closed follicles. Already we saw there are follicles. These follicles have cuboidal epithelial cells. We already saw the cells which are in cube-like structures, and they are called as follicular cells. Follicular cavity is filled of a special type of substance, colloid, and colloid contains the protein which is known as thyroglobulin protein, and this protein is secreted by the follicular cells. On the same time, these follicular cells also secrete T3 means tetraiodothyronine, are also called as thyroxine, and triiodothyronine T3 hormones. And we already discussed the parafollicular cells which secrete the calcitonin. Now we are learning about the hormones of thyroid gland. Thyroid glands secretes three main hormones: tetraiodothyronine or T4, commonly called as thyroxine; triiodothyronine, commonly called as T3; and third one is calcitonin. What is calcitonin? Calcitonin is also the hormone released from the C cells, parafollicular cells of the gland. Thyroid hormones. What is the function of thyroid hormones? The T3 and T4 hormones influence the metabolic rate and protein synthesis. What is the function of thyroid hormones? T3 and T4, they actually influence, they have active role in the control of metabolism, metabolic rate, and protein synthesis. And in children, in the primary stage of life, in the beginning of life, in the childhood, these hormones control the growth and development. So body development, mental development, every type of development is controlled by these hormones T3 and T4. While calcitonin plays a role in calcium homeostasis. We know about the calcium, what is calcium, and we also know about the importance of calcium in our body. So this calcium is maintained by the calcitonin hormone from the thyroid gland. And how these hormones are released, regulated? So actually there is one hormone that is known as TRH, thyrotropin releasing hormone. This thyrotropin releasing hormone is secreted from the hypothalamus. This is produced by the hypothalamus, and this TRH hormone of the hypothalamus actually activates one other hormone, TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone, from the anterior pituitary gland. So this TSH then goes to the thyroid gland where it activates the synthesis and secretion of T3 and T4 hormones, thyroid hormones. So we say the regulation of thyroid hormones is under the control of TSH hormone from the anterior pituitary gland, and the regulation of TSH hormone is under the influence of thyrotropin releasing hormone TRH from the hypothalamus. Now we compare the activity of T3 and T4 hormones. Both hormones have same type of functions, same type of mode of action, but there is difference of potency. T4 is known as thyroxine, and this hormone is released about 90% when we compare the hormones of the thyroid gland, or we compare with the T3 and T4. So T4 is released 90%, while T3 is secreted, released 9 to 10%. These both hormones have similar structure in response to composition, means both the hormones T4, T3, they contain iodine and amino acid tyrosine. So they are derivatives of tyrosine amino acid and iodine. T3 is 4 times more potent than T4. What is meaning of this? Means T3 is 4 times more active than T4 in relation to the action. So we say that T4 acts longer period than T3 because T4 is less potent, so it takes a longer period to perform the same function that T3 performs. The duration of T4 action is 4 times more than the T3 action. So why this is? This is because of affinity of these hormones with the plasma proteins. They have different affinity with plasma proteins. T3 has less affinity to plasma proteins, and this combines loosely. That's why it releases quickly, and in compared to that, T4 has more affinity and strongly binds with plasma proteins, and so it is releasing slowly. Means T4 has a strong binding with plasma proteins. To break this binding, T4 requires more time, so this process is slower, so it takes more time. That's why T3 is quickly released and acts more than compared to the T4. So we can say that T3 target cells immediately and T4 acts slowly. Then what is the rate of secretion of these hormones? The thyroxine 80 to 90 micrograms per day. The thyroxine hormone is released 80 to 90 micrograms per day, while triiodothyronine is released 4 to 5 micrograms per day. As we already have learned that T4 thyroxine is released 90% more in compared to T3, which is releasing 9 to 10%, means 4 to 5 micrograms per day. Reverse T3 is releasing 1 to 2 micrograms per day. So this is the rate of secretion of the hormones into the bloodstream. Now what will be the plasma level if we test these hormones? What will be the total level in the plasma? So total plasma level of T3 is 0.12 micrograms per deciliter, while total T4 level, plasma level of T4 total, which is 8 microgram per deciliter. Thyroid disorders. There are different conditions which are developed. These conditions, we can say these are abnormal conditions. As we already have learned that if higher secretion of any hormone is abnormal and lower the secretion than the normal level, lower from the normal level of any hormone is also abnormal condition. So thyroid abnormal conditions, thyroid disorders are hyperthyroidism, means over secretion of thyroid hormones, hypothyroidism, lower secretion of thyroid hormones. So we compare this level to the normal level, which we already have discussed what is the normal plasma level. So we compare. If this level of hormones is greater from that normal one, we call this condition hyperthyroidism. And if the hormonal level which is below the normal level, we call is hypothyroidism. Another thyroid condition is thyroid inflammation, which is also called as thyroiditis. So this thyroiditis is actually inflammation of thyroid gland. What is this inflammation? Why this inflammation is taking place? So this inflammation is because of, maybe because of viral attack, maybe because of autoimmune problem. So this is known as thyroiditis. Then we use one general term is goiter. So what is goiter? Goiter means thyroid enlargement. Means if we see that one person's or one animal's thyroid level, the neck is swollen up, so actually thyroid gland is enlarged. So this enlargement of thyroid gland is commonly called as goiter. Then some other conditions develop. Thyroid nodules. What are thyroid nodules? These are some conditions, some lumps, some abnormal growth in the thyroid gland. They are called as thyroid nodules. So there are different even subtypes of nodules. For suppose multinodular goiter or so on. So these abnormal growths are known as thyroid nodules. So these thyroid nodules can be cancerous, can be harmful, or can be non-dangerous. Then there is one other condition, thyroid cancer. So this thyroid cancer is different from the other types of cancers, and this is this type of cancer is also controlled medically, and this can be controlled by surgical removal. So, so by giving some types of medicines, this can be controlled. And one other condition, which is known as Graves' disease. So this Graves' disease is a example of autoimmune disorder. And what is happening? Due to autoimmune disorder, if a person is releasing excessive secretion of thyroid hormones due to abnormal condition, due to autoimmune problem, if the thyroid gland is secreting excessive amount of thyroid hormones, so this condition is known as Graves' disease. There are also other examples of autoimmune disorders, for suppose Hashimoto disease and so on. If a person is susceptible of having thyroid problems, or if someone is feeling some problem in the neck, or metabolic rates are disturbed, so what is done? So the person is suggested for thyroid function tests. So to determine, to know how the thyroid gland is functioning, the physicians usually suggest prescribe for the measurement of level of hormones in the bloodstream. We have learned what are the normal levels of thyroid hormones. So the patient is suggested to go to check to measure the level of hormones in the bloodstream. So we know that T3, T4 hormones are secreted from the thyroid gland, and these are under the control of TSH. So all the three hormones, TSH, T4, T3, are measured, and generally the measurement of these three hormones is collectively called as thyroid profile. So in thyroid profile, a person is going to measure the hormonal levels of all these hormones, TSH, T4 and T3. Then there is one other test, thyroid scanning. If a doctor feels one or more growth nodules in the thyroid gland, if there is a condition, if a physician is thinking that there is problem, there can be the problem, there can be multinodular goiter or some different condition, so they suggest the scanning of the thyroid gland. So scanning is may be done through the ultrasonography, which measures the size of the gland and determines whether the gland is solved or filled with a fluid. So to measure the thyroid gland, the gland size, to measure about the status of the gland, either it is solved or it is filled with a fluid. This is done with the ultrasonography test. So the patient is suggested for thyroid scanning through the ultrasonography. Some other types of tests are also conducted, which are called as radioactive iodine uptake test. What is done in this type of test? A small amount of radioactive substances such as radioactive iodine or radioactive technetium which this radioactive iodine is injected into the bloodstream, and this radioactive material then moves to the thyroid gland, and there is the device known as gamma camera. So this gamma camera actually takes the photo, takes the scan of the thyroid gland, and this tells about the position of the thyroid gland. So this is taking the picture of the thyroid gland, and in this way, by doing this, we can know about the physical condition of the thyroid gland, that either it is normal or abnormal. That's all about today's presentation. So if you have any question, any problem, you can discuss with me by sending your questions at my email address. I hope you understood the video. See you soon. Allah Hafiz.